Alright, I have a new pedal that somebody gave me. I don't know anything about it except that the battery compartment doesn't stay shut, so whoever owned it before fixed it with a piece of tape. This is a DOD FX69B Grunge pedal. I don't play grunge, but what the hey, it was free. Let's see what this thing is. Step 1, download the manual. The first thing I notice is, no matter how I position this document, something is going to be upside down. It's probably supposed to be folded in half, so you have part on one side, and it's like you had the other part on the back, except it's not really the back because it's a whole different part of the paper. But my monitor won't fold up, so we'll deal. Okay, manual, tell me how to use this thing. What the FX69B does. The FX69B Grunge is a hypercharged, high-gain preamp so nasty and so heavy it'll have your bandmates screaming for mercy. Even its distortion is distorted. This is in-your-face, knock-you-on-your-butt distortion here. And just think, all you have to do is plug in your guitar and the FX69B does the rest. This is the kind of high-gain distortion that allows notes to sustain into infinity, simulating the distortion of a guitar amplifier turned up to 11, wait, no, 12! Clipping the signal and causing distortion. One of the advantages of using a pedal-type distortion like the FX69B is that big, heavy distortion can be produced at any amplifier volume or setting. This is going to be bad, isn't it? Connecting the FX69B. Connect your guitar to the input of the FX69B. Connect the output of the FX69B to your amp or to the input of another effects device you may be running. To eliminate the need for a 9-volt battery, attach either the DOD PS3 or the DOD PS50 power supply to the AC adapter jack. Of course they want to upsell you on one of their adapters. Sorry guys, I have one of these. It can power 8 pedals at once. I'll use it instead if it's all the same to you. Features. I'll ignore the fact that somebody forgot to hit the enter key before the word features. LED indicator shows status of effect and battery condition. Active switching for noiseless operation. Easy access battery compartment. Yeah, maybe a little too easy. Controls. Loud. Matches the distortion level with original signal level. Caution. Turning the loud control clockwise may be painful to dogs and small furry woodland creatures in your immediate area, but it sounds damn good. Turning the control counterclockwise can be nice for a little midnight shredding when you don't want to piss the neighbors off. This isn't a manual, it's a badly written fan gush. Low. Controls the low frequency, bass, content of your guitar sound. Turning this control clockwise increases the bottom end flab of the signal at the output, while turning the control counterclockwise decreases the bottom end flab of the signal at the output. I have no idea what they mean by flab. High. Controls the ouch content of your guitar sound. Turning this control clockwise hurts. Then I wouldn't want to do it, would I? Turning the control counterclockwise doesn't. Note, wearing sunglasses while adjusting this control clockwise will not prevent your eyeballs from exploding. This is painful. I've never understood the point of hyping your own product in the manual like this. I already have it. That's why I'm reading the manual. You don't have to sell it to me. I have it right here in my hand, see? Grunge. Controls the amount of hair on the distortion. Turning the grunge control clockwise increases the amount of gain, distortion or drive, on your guitar sound, while turning the control counterclockwise only slightly reduces the sonic onslaught of electric death. I don't see any hair growing on it, so maybe this one doesn't work right. Operation of the FX69B. Okay, now we're talking. The FX69B is a high-gain effect designed to flay the flesh from your bones when you play a chord. What? In simplest terms, the signal enters the unit where it is promptly nuked with overdrive. It is this overdriving that causes the grunge sound. Why are we trying to make it sound like a lethal weapon? It's music, or at least it's supposed to be. Truly vomitous distortion sounds are really a matter of personal taste, but some example settings are shown to give you a starting point for creating your own disgusting sounds. Now we're trying to make it sound unpleasant and uncomfortable. Vomitous? Why would I want a sound that makes people puke? That's not going to get me much of an audience. Believe it or not, the next 2 paragraphs actually read like a manual. When setting up the effect, use the loud control to match the level of the distortion effect with the level of the original input signal. The control should be set so that there is a slight increase in level when the effect is switched into the signal path. The low knob controls the low frequency, bass, content of the signal when the effect is turned on. Turning this control clockwise increases the low frequency content of the signal. Maybe we got it out of our system. Continue. The high knob controls the high frequency, treble content of the guitar signal when the effect is on. You know what the sad part is? There's a reason why that's there. Somebody, somewhere along the way, asked why the controls didn't work when the thing was turned off. This control adds more edge to your sound, allowing your guitar to sound like a chainsaw on a chalkboard. A chainsaw on a chalkboard does not sound like music. Unless I'm doing sound effects for a movie or something, why would I want such a noise? The grunge control is not remotely clean in its lower range because it overdrives the guitar sound quite fiercely. Give the knob a clockwise twist, however, and the distortion not only snarls to life with screaming highs and fat, meaty, bottom-end grunge, it practically bludgeons you in the head with gain. And we're back to the violent imagery. I think this guy has issues. The next couple of paragraphs talk about how sound is a matter of individual taste. Then we get this. This sound will not only hurt your ears, but will drive the parents out of the house. The low and high controls have been cut for this sound. This setting produces a wall of undefined noise. Tune your guitar to C sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, C sharp, and turn your amp up until you hear an extra flabby bottom. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Sorry. When I saw the words extra flabby bottom, that was the first thing that came to mind. The rest is technical details, extending battery life, dull stuff like that. I guess the fun with bad writing part is over. So let's get to the real test. Keep in mind, I'm going into this blind. I have not tried this pedal at all because I wanted to wait until we could discover it together. So it may or may not be something I can use. There's only one way to find out, so let's do it. Okay, I suppose the first question is where to put it in my signal chain. But for now, I'm going to be testing it on its own, so it probably doesn't matter because I'm going to have all these guys turned off. So for the time being, let's just set it there. I already have a plug uncapped for it, so we'll plug that in. And then this is the end of my chain right here, so that'll be our input. And then, where are you? Which way did you go, George? There he is. This goes to my mixing board, as you may be able to tell. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. So, we're all hooked up here. It's making noise already. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, distortion pedals tend to make that background sound. Does it go away when I shut it off? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's get started testing this thing and see what it sounds like. The guitar I'm using right now is an Ibanez Geo GSA 60. It has humbucker in the back and 2 single coils. I picked it up mainly because I got it for less than $100. I named her Chameleon because under some light she looks green, or what the hell am I saying? Under some light she looks blue, and under some light she looks purple. So you can't really tell. So, Chameleon sounds like this. That's the humbucker. That's a single coil neck pickup. Okay, so let's try this thing. I'm going to go back to the humbucker right now simply because, yeah, grunge is supposed to be all about loud. So, start by turning it on. I have the loud at about 10 o'clock, and I have the grunge all the way down. Yeah, as I suspected, that controls the whole signal. I can't honestly say I'm crazy about that. It's too much, and I actually, as I said, I actually have the grunge turned all the way down. So what happens if I turn it up? Yeah. Well, for lead, it does scream, I gotta admit that. So, if I kick up the high more. That sounds like mud to me, really. So, if I set them both at the center, you know, for some applications, I think I kind of like it. With the grunge all the way down like that, it's not a bad sound. Now, the thing is, I play mostly church music, honestly. Contemporary worship, they call it. And we don't use a whole lot of sounds like this. But I also like to play a lot of REO Speedwagon. And Dave sometimes uses sounds very similar to this. So, like in Back on the Road. So, I can probably find an occasional use for it. And as I said, it was free. But let's play with it a little more, and then let's see how it combines with the other pedals, because where I put it in this chain is going to matter a lot. I'm leaving it where it is right now so I can test how it interacts with the other pedals. So there's barefoot. I usually have my delay on like this. I've been using this overdrive pedal as a boost, but that's going to change here pretty soon. As you can tell, it also adds a little bit of crunch. Now, The trick that I learned when I looked up reviews and ideas for this pedal was to put the drive all the way down and the balance all the way up, with the tone just about 1 to 2 o'clock, because that's the way Stevie Ray Vaughan used it, and it's a way to kind of get close to his sound. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan, so that's the way I generally keep it. Now, my distortion pedal is a Delta Lab RD1, and I like the sound. Then my reverb. It is very simple, and I usually use it in conjunction with the delay, just to give a little bit more of that echo hall sound. That's my setup. It's pretty simple. As I've said before, I don't use a whole lot of effects. I don't have any good reason to. So, let's see what happens when we add this. Really emphasizes the delay. You know, I really like what it's doing with the delay. But what happens if we put it before the delay? Okay, it's a little awkward looking at the moment, but it works. So, here's the grunge by itself. Wow, that does have nice sustain. I may use it sometimes just for that. Now, let's put some delay on it. Okay. The delay repeat isn't nearly as pronounced. You know, I actually think I like it the other way better. Now, what happens if we throw in this? You know what, let's try that one with them switched back. We're switched back. The grunge is the last in the chain again, so turn them both on. We have the overdrive on, and we get First we have to turn up the guitar again. That's what we get. And we are getting no sound. Why? Aha. There's why. This is the receiver to my wireless transmitter. It is set on channel 4. I'm using channel 1. It got bumped while I was messing with something. Push it back over there like that. Switch the transmitter on. And look at that. We're green across the board. Okay. Hey, why do it right when you can do it again, alright? I like it. I like it. Now, what do we get if we add distortion to the grunge? We get a butt-ton more volume for one thing. Turn down, Cammy. There we go. You know, with the two of them going, I think that chord could last forever. That is a nice sound. I'll have to be selective about what I use it with, but I'm liking this. Now, reverb. All right, let's try that again. It won't sustain that the way I'd like, but I haven't found a pedal yet that will. So, it works nicely with all of the others. I think I'm going to keep it. I think I will put it into my signal chain somewhere. I may leave it right where it is. The first step will be to put Velcro on the bottom of it so it can stay on this board. And from there, I'll keep experimenting with it. Now, my pal Mark says he discovered a trick with this thing. If I find out what it is, I'll make another quick video and let you know about it. Until then, I'm Dave, and keep playing.